Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How's it going, man?
Very good. So, The Raven. When you were doing casting for this movie, what were your thoughts? Like, who did you want to get in this movie?
I obviously you started to go for someone who embodies Edgar Allan Poe, and I thought there was like something about John Cusack that hadn't sort of been exploited before. Like he's been in so many films, people really think they know who he is, but like when I first went to meet John, I thought there was like this sort of dark side that could be exploited. So John was right there on the list, and he was into the movie. So started with John, and then I met Luke for Inspector Fields, which turned out great. He's a great actor, like fantastic English actor who's just about to break out pretty wide, I would imagine. And then Alice Eve, she played Emily Hamilton, who plays the fiance who gets taken, who becomes the object of the chase or the thriller aspect of it. And then we also, who isn't here today, is Brendan Gleeson. He plays the father, who's quite a presence on set. So yeah, I was lucky. I got a really great cast. I was very happy with it.
Can you tell us about some of the works from Poe that influenced the murders in this movie?
Yeah, the first one that happens is murders in the Rue Morgue. But what the killer does, each killing that he does, he puts a little twist on it. So he's always like sort of ramping it up a little bit. So it's murders in the Rue Morgue, and then the next one he does after that is the Pit and the Pendulum. So he does a little twist to that, and then he starts sprinkling in different murders. There's a bit from the Telltale Heart, there's a bit from the Casa de Amontillado, and then there's like other sort of stories that we weave in and out. So yeah, there's quite a few of them in there actually. The Poe people out there will get them.
Very good. And why is Poe such an important historical figure?
I think that the thing about Poe is he was like so far ahead of his time. He's like one of those guys one of those sort of genius level people, I guess, who don't really sort of get discovered in their time. But then they're really well respected after. Although Poe, I'd have to say, like in his time, like The Raven was written in his time, and so people knew those, and the Telltale Heart. So I think he had his finger on the zeitgeist of what was going on, but he could also project into the future and see where things were going. So he knew a lot about, or started to write about science fiction, started to write about detective fiction. So there was a whole bunch of stuff that he knew.
And why did you guys want to make a movie about Poe?
I just think he's such an iconic character, and lots of people know who he is and respect who he is, and it's on the school curricula, so there's this sort of great knowledge about him out there in the atmosphere already, and I just think he's a cool character, like John was saying in the panel. He's just sort of this like harbinger of like goth and cool things, and so yeah, it was exciting. Very, very, very smart, very literary. There was like a lot of things that was attracting. I got to do some action. There was a whole bunch of stuff for me.
Very good. And you guys shot through Eastern Europe for most of the film. Can you talk about that experience?
Yeah, I did. We started. Yes, I can talk about that. We started looking for locations. So I did like a sweep through those countries. At one point, we went to Serbia, we went to Hungary, we went to Croatia, we went to a whole bunch of places, and then what I was trying to get was like the architecture that would sort of speak to Baltimore but not be exactly the same as Baltimore in the 1840s, so I could put my own sort of twist onto it. And so we ended up finding all the exteriors in Budapest in Hungary, which was a great experience, even though we were there in the winter. And then we went to Serbia to shoot all the to shoot all the studio stuff, which was also good in itself. I think like Hollywood is always like sort of pushing into territories where you can get it cheaper and cheaper, So that's why there's so much offshore filming that goes on. Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I mean, I would go back there, so that says something.
Is this the first time you've been to ComicCon?
No, it's the fourth time I've been to ComicCon actually. I came down here, last time I was down here was with Ninja Assassin, and then one other time I came when I was in early pre-production on V for Vendetta, and then when that came out, I'd finished the movie, so I couldn't be here, so Natalie Portman came down. And then I've just been one other time because I have some comic book friends who are out in the hall there. So yeah, I guess I've been here a lot. I know the lay of the land pretty good. It just keeps getting bigger, right? And that's what keeps happening.
Very good. Thank you very much. Appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, okay, nice to talk to you.
Bye-bye.
See you, man.